Good morning. This is Dr. Timothy Scott Beck here at LifePoint Medical, and I'll give you my weekly update. I apologize I didn't get to you last week. I was traveling, and I thank you guys for cooperating with me when I travel. I've got a wonderful crew here that helps me out so we can make sure everything's covered. One of the things I want to mention to you, though, that I think is kind of interesting, I have been almost all the way across the country twice this year, once by vehicle and then once by airplane. And I want to tell you that 99.99% of the people we met on both trips were nice, friendly, good people, who were just doing their job. But sometimes they were very gracious, definitely friendly, and we were friendly back to them. And the reason I say it's because sometimes we'd listen to the news while we were traveling or whatever, and we would think that just outside our door was just a terrible situation going on with murder and all this other stuff, and we found none of that. I do believe that most of the people in this country, and probably this world, are just peace-loving people that just want to do their thing and take care of themselves, take care of their families, and certainly that's what I want to do. So just want to give you that. That's just, we can get so skewed by looking at negative stuff all day long to realize that most people are just good folks doing their job and taking care of themselves and their families. All right, so let's talk about COVID-19. We had a few cases last week. Most of the cases we're seeing, though, luckily, are being more like a mild upper respiratory infection. If you feel like you're not doing well, you're getting sick or whatever, or you just need to touch base with us with this, or if you think you got it, we're here for you, okay? And we have our protocol set up that's worked very good over the last couple of years, and it's kept us or minimized our exposure to COVID-19, and I feel like we've been able to help lots and lots of people during this pandemic. So that's still in place. Come on, if you need us, let us know, and we'll get you hooked up with the video, and we'll look at you in the drive-thru. If we think you're sick, you need to be seen. So let's talk about some clinical pearls today. Actually, I've got one that's interesting. Let's talk about bug bites. Okay, most bug bites are benign. Sometimes you can have an allergic reaction to the bug bites, and all those people know who they are, because every time they go outside, they get whelps all over them from the bites. But one of the interesting bites is tick bites, okay? And we have to be very careful with ticks. And we also know that Lyme disease and Rocky Mountain spotted fever are both endemic to this area. And so the standard of care when it comes to tick bites is if you have a known bite, that's a reason to come see us, okay? And we're going to put you on medication, a special medication empirically, if it is a bug bite or we think it's a tick bite. And this is mainly a preventive measure, okay? But if you have a known tick bite, that's a good reason to come see the doctor and get treated preemptively with that. And looking for ticks, and this time of year is when ticks, I think, are most. I mean, we're here in a moist cycle of weather, and it's warm and it's green outside, so I think everybody, all the ticks and everything, are just having a party right now. So just watch yourself for ticks. If you have a bite, there is a treatment for that. We will need to see you to evaluate it, and certainly if you have a rash that just pops up spontaneously out of nowhere, like if you have a rash that pops up and you don't know where it came from, but you have been working outside for 2 weeks, whatever, that's another reason to come see us. We'll need to evaluate that, because sometimes these rashes, we give you medicine whether we know exactly what it is or not, just because we get enough of a story to justify treating you for mainly Lyme disease, but like I say, Rocky Mountain spotted fever is endemic. And then there's other closely related organisms like a southern tick associated rash, which is treated the same way as Lyme disease, stuff like that. Okay, the next thing is animal bites. And I'm mainly talking about domesticated animals, cats and dogs, ferrets, things like that. If you have a domesticated animal and you get a penetrating bite from that animal, you need to be seen. You need to be looked at by a physician. The reason why is because they carry diseases or infectious sources that can wreak havoc on your body and can really make you sick. Okay. So, and we have special medicine that we give particularly for animal bites, dog and cat being your most prevalent, since I've got a dog and a cat, and most people have dogs and cats. So just keep that in mind, and certainly if you get bit by an animal, and you don't know whether you're infected or not, or you see some redness, some swelling, some streaking up your arm or leg, you've got to come see somebody. You need to get seen rapidly, and failure to do that does have some consequences. Okay, so I don't want to scare you. I just want to motivate you. If you get bit by a domestic animal, you need medical attention. All right. So last but not least, Place of Hope, North Georgia. We got our Picnic with a Purpose. That's on September 8th. It is a time to thank people for what they've done, but it's also a time to let everybody know how focused and how things are going. Which the house is going to be open within the next couple of weeks. So we're doing some go ahead and getting operational systems in place, and to anticipate the opening of the house. So we really thank everyone who's listening to this who's helped us. Okay, because I know that it couldn't have been done without lots and lots of people helping, and hopefully lots and lots of people will be helped by this who otherwise would not be. And actually, there was an article on CBS News Atlanta this weekend, basically asking for help for the exact problem that we're trying to fix, except it's in a bigger scale because it's downtown Atlanta. But it was exactly what we were addressing, and it was an outcry from the state employees and from law enforcement and everybody to try to help with the exact problem that we are trying to address with Place of Hope, and that is hoteling foster children because they have nowhere to go in the transitional period. And again, we've sought to find a solution for that in our community based on what DFACS asked us to do. And so we've been working on that, and that's been great. So September the 8th, Place of Hope, a Picnic for a Purpose. The tickets are $100 a piece, and the tickets are going fast. If you own a corporation or a business and you would like to be a corporate sponsor, there's also some ways you can participate in that. And I recommend you go to our website, placeofhopenga.com, and you can find our contact number if you want to be a corporate sponsor, or if you just want to buy tickets, you can do that right there on the website. It's www.placeofhopenga.com. All righty. Listen, thank you so much for listening to me. We want to hear from you, 706-782-0016. If you have any problems or need to be seen, we'll be more than happy to get you looked at and get you taken care of. Thank you so much for listening to me. Goodbye.